It's fantastic having you here with me. Excuse my voice, I've got flu, but I wanted to get this out to you because there's some really interesting footage here. This is the greater kudu. You also get a lesser kudu, which is found in Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, and in Tanzania below 1,200 meters. The lesser kudu, as the name would imply, is smaller than this kudu, the greater kudu. This guy was really hungry, eating quite a lot. As you can see, they're browsers, they eat leaves. And kudu are not as dependent on water as many other antelope because they feed on these green, fresh leaves. Look at the width of that neck. This is such a beautiful kudu. These are blue wildebeest, or they're sometimes called brindled gnus, and you can see the brindle, the sort of stripes on the sides of them. They were also pretty hungry. I think because it was an overcast day and cooler, the animals could spend more time feeding instead of having to seek the shade. Wildebeest eat very short grass, so they're grazers, and they're often seen in association with zebras because the zebras eat slightly longer grass, and then the wildebeest come in once the zebra sort of cropped it, and then they feed on it because it's shorter, which is what they prefer. It's quite interesting. Wildebeest cows only give birth in the mornings up until about midday. It's very, very rare to have a wildebeest born in the late afternoon or evening, which I find quite fascinating. People sometimes struggle telling the difference between wildebeest and buffalo, so I'll put up a pic shortly and you can see how much more robust buffalo are than wildebeest. When you see pictures of them side by side, you can actually see they are quite different. This is the fruit of the sausage tree, and elephants do feed on them. You don't want to camp underneath a sausage tree. Elephants so enjoy swimming, playing in water, cooling down, yeah, and just generally enjoying it. They stay submerged for a while. Their trunks act as sort of snorkels, and they play and they test each other's strength, and it's just really wonderful to watch. In the background there you can see some impala rams running around, snorting, tails up. They do this, they're warming up at the moment. It's not quite time yet, but they do that during the rutting season, when they have sort of mating territories and try and keep the females in their territories. These guys at this point were just messing around though. This elephant's already been in the water and the mud somewhere, and he's coming back for more. You can see a wildebeest in the background there. Elephant cows are only in estrus for 3 to 6 days. So bulls in must will go and find females in estrus. And then the gestation period for an elephant is 22 months. Imagine, ladies, being pregnant for almost 2 years. We always see elephants drinking, but they can actually go 3 to 4 days without water. They drink daily if it's around, but they can go without water. This little elephant was full of attitude. I'm not quite sure what his problem was, but he was practicing for when he's big. He was full of bravado, full of attitude, and very entertaining to watch. If you look closely at the back now, in the background, you can see tiny little warthog piglets. My guess is those are about 2 or 3 weeks old. They're very tiny. People often think if they see an elephant bull with liquid near its temporal gland that it's in must. But it's not true must. That an elephant in musk has swollen temporal glands. They continuously dribble urine from their penises, and they've got a very strong smell, and they're very often aggressive because their testosterone levels are 6 times what they normally are. So that's a true elephant in must, when it has all those kind of signs. But elephants, even youngsters and females, will exude a liquid from their temporal glands. If you keep watching, you'll see how this mom Ellie reverses accidentally into her baby a little bit later. Yeah, she's having a good rub behind the ear. She's got pretty long, sharp tusks. And then she just reverses into a little one. Shame. This hippo bull put on a wonderful performance for us. He really was full of it. Here you can see him defecating in the water, spreading his dung all around. Just wonderful to watch all the splashing and the displaying of dominance. Hippo bulls are territorial, but their territories don't extend kind of beyond the water. Some bulls have been recorded maintaining a territory and keeping a territory for as long as 12 years, and that's a really long time. Now you can see him defecating again. Hippos come out at dusk and out of the water to feed on land for about 7 to 8 hours. But because this was a cooler day and overcast, this chap came out a bit earlier to feed on short grass on the bank of the river. Hippo babies weigh about 40 kilograms at birth, whereas an elephant baby will weigh between 100 and 120 kilograms. Now he's defecating against another bush. There's a lovely African fable that goes, the hippo wanted to live in water, but the creator wanted the hippo to be on land. So they made a compromise. The creator said you can stay in water as long as you don't eat fish, and that is why the hippo spreads its dung so that it can be seen that there are no fish bones in the dung. The bird flying here is an African darter. And the other name for them is the snake bird, and you'll see why in a second. There we go. They look like snakes in the water. They're long necks, and they feed on fish and frogs. This was just the most beautiful female giraffe. She is a lovely color and she has such symmetrical patterns on her. Really a beautiful animal. This was a bit of a cleaning station. These oxpeckers were working quickly and efficiently to rid these impala of ticks and parasites, and they were standing still, being very cooperative, because in a way it is of course doing them a favor. These are red-billed oxpeckers. This is called Pride of the Carp, beautiful shrub, and there are 2 butterfly species that breed on this plant. I just love lions. So good to see them. We were very fortunate that these guys were still active, because it was quite late in the day, about 11 o'clock, and getting hot, and they weren't sleeping yet, which was wonderful. So we could still see them being active, and this was actually a pride of 12 lions, few lionesses and older cubs. We didn't see any males. It doesn't mean they weren't there, but we didn't see any males. They are such beautiful animals. There's a lioness with quite a big cub. Just love that outstretched back leg. Canine distemper transmitted from domestic dogs, and bovine TB transmitted from cattle via buffalo can cause serious lion mortality. And of course, when poachers use dogs for poaching, this indirectly is a big threat to lions. That lioness was grooming her cub for ages and he was enjoying every minute of it. thank you so much for joining me on another safari in Kruger. I look very forward to being with you on the next one, and happy game viewing. Hope you managed to get out into the bush. Thanks a lot. Bye.